You hear me? Good. Perfect. Great. Oh, lots of you. Okay. Hi, everyone, once again. My name is Ira Ostrovska, and I'm thrilled to be a new headliner at render.camp. So hi again. I'll tell you a little bit about myself, just as a small introduction. I'm an interior designer with over 8 years of experience in the field. Right now, I'm working as an art director at Fortis Vision, where we focus on creating stunning concepts and storytelling via renders. Let me show you, if you're curious, you're interested, you can check out my Behance and some of works there. Also, you can check Fortis Vision website. Feel free. You can Google us. I don't think it will take lots of time to find us. So that's me. I'll be on a new beginners headliner course. So what are we going to do today? In today's session, we'll work with a scene. I believe you already know the scene. This is the final render. This is the result. This is the scene itself. Let me show you how does it look. We don't have any scene in here so far. Only same material applied. Our goal will be to set up an overcast lighting and to work with materials. Approximately, it will take maybe an hour and a half. We'll see how it goes. So, I'm excited to work with you, and I hope you'll find the session informative and fun, both ways. So, let's get started. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about the pipeline, because the pipeline is very important in rendering and designing and anything, basically. You're supposed to have a scheme and timetables. We usually follow the 5 steps pipeline. Actually, the standard one is 4, 5 is animation, so not so often. We have first stage is a discovery or general mood. Basically, all the information you can gather from the client, the technical drawings, the model if it's available or not. That's all on a stage 1. You gather information from your client. You have to understand why this project happening, where it happens, what's the purpose, and what do they expect as a final image. Then we move to the second stage. Second stage is scene setup or modeling. That depends on you. Basically, modeling your scene in architecture, maybe like some extra pieces of furniture or decorations, or you set up the scene with available models. That doesn't matter. That's a scene setup. Next stage, we move to general feeling job. Basically, we will start from here today because we already have our model. We have a camera. We will adjust the lighting and apply basic colors, which then we will transform into materials, and that will be a stage number 4. After applying materials, final render, post-production, maybe AI. We live in 2025. AI is a huge thing right now, so I really think that you should at least try to use it. You should test it. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't like it. We will see. Sometimes it gives good results, sometimes not. So it's not a must, but post-production is a must. And the last stage, it's animation if needed. But again, we don't need animation, so we have only 4 stages. That's the thing that we always do. Trust me, this is our every project pipeline, mine and all of the artists that we work together. So let's get back to our scene. Let me show you what we have and what is important. Number 1 thing, guys, please, these layers. We always use layers. I use layers. This is important. You don't need anything extra in your scene. You don't need any trash or, I don't know, a furniture just in case I'll hide the furniture. No, you don't need all that. Layers are important. let me just show you briefly and pretty quickly that everything is divided separately. So it's just easy to work with. It's easier for you and better for you. And in the end, it's better for 3ds Max. Let me put the statistic on as well, so you see everything here. Okay, so scene already modeled, we have a camera. Let me show you a camera setup also pretty quickly. Standard Corona camera, nothing special. Focal 40. I don't know, maybe you will be surprised, but I'm a fan of pretty big focal numbers. Nothing extra, honestly. So this is it. And we don't have any sky or light yet. Nothing. So let's start from that. First thing, what will I do? I will apply a one material to all of the models that I will work with, except decorations, because I don't want to reapply all of the textures here. So I'll just click the oven in the tab. This is it. Yep, it's all. We will create material, Corona physical, new material. I'll call it base 000 and apply to everything. And I usually do this clay, you can call it clay, you can call it base, whatever, base material, a little bit yellowish. So we have a warm undertone. The roughness will be maybe 5. Let's start from this. Also, as you see, we have windows. So for windows, let me select all of the windows. And glass, please. Yep, we have glass. Guys, glass, again, to speed up your work and just for convenience, I usually just detach all of the glass and put it into very separate layer so I can work with it. Again, material, Corona, physical, glass, windows, apply, roughness, nope, refraction, yep, that's it. So now we will test and set up our light. They will go through the glass. Okay, here everything is done. What will I have? I will be, for lighting, here I will be using an HDRI map. By the way, the scene will be available for you for practice in the descriptions below the video, so feel free to practice. Okay. How will we work with our HDRI? First thing, what I will do, I will pick maps, Corona bitmap, have. Okay, double click on Corona bitmap, and you will have all of the settings right next to you. Then I take my HDRI and I just put it to my Corona bitmap. Here I see it. What I also use, I like to control lights. I want to make it stronger. I want to make it maybe, I don't know, more saturated or less saturated. So I will be using, again, maps, Corona, color correct. And this thing, F10, scene, I'll copy as an instance. Yep, done. Also, what I will do, I will render my camera. So I will lock the camera. That's important. I hit camera here, lock. And we can check what we have. I use 3ds Max 24 and Corona 12. And what we see, do we see something? A little bit of something. Okay, what I can do, I can increase my exposure. And what I also can do, why I apply Corona Color Correct, we have exposure inside. So basically, I can control my exposure of only HDRI, not overall exposure, but HDRI exposure inside Corona Color Correct. What I don't like the shadows. Let's check the reference. It's supposed to be brighter. What will I do? I will try rotate my, and a bit more. What I'm doing now, I'm basically rotating HDRI. So I want more shadows, I want brighter image, maybe a little bit more. Okay. What I also can do right away, I love contrast, so I apply a little bit of contrast, okay, maybe a little bit. And I'll add vignette right away as well. As for start, I will adjust it later, but still. So, okay, perfect. We have lights. We have, I would say it's pretty similar. It is similar. But what I don't like the overall yellowish of the image. Okay, I go back to my base color. And what I try to aim here, like my aim here, is to receive a neutral overtone for entire image. So if I click and desaturate it a bit. Good, maybe a little more. And adjust my hue. Okay. Can maybe a bit more. Okay, done. Basically, light is ready. Is it? Let's try to. Okay, good. I like it so far. So let's move on. This I don't need anymore, so I can delete this. Okay, perfect. Light ready. What we do next? Next, we do that general feeling. What it is? We apply main colors for the objects without any textures, without any bump displays, etc. It's only colors because that's important for our attentions. Like basically, you bring attention to any object or any decoration you want to with colors and tone. This is a pretty important stage. And usually it doesn't differ much from the final render, actually. I'll show you afterwards, after we're done with this. So we start with what? We will start with the concrete floor, I believe. What I do, important note, I don't create new materials. I have this warmish undertone, so I just copy this exactly same base color material, and I say that this will be my floor. And I apply it on the floor. Then what I do, I check if I want it glossy or no. Okay, let's do maybe roughness 4. And I want it probably a bit lighter and less saturated. Okay. My recommendation is start from the biggest material, like materials that take the more space. I have floor, I have ceiling, and walls, I don't have much walls. So probably just a furniture next to it. So, okay, more floor is ready. Copy again. That will be ceiling. Okay, good. I can make it less glossy. Maybe a bit lighter. Okay, good. Same I will do for white wardrobe or a mudroom. Let's go with the mudroom. Furniture. Another thing is I really care about site. Give proper names to your materials because, well, that's convenient. Walls. I can pick all of the walls and apply same material as ceiling. Okay, good. Maybe floor. I can make it slightly darker. Let's do a little bit darker. And maybe more. Yeah. Something like this. Good. Next we have our kitchen. Kitchen. Again, I just copy material, rename, apply. Kitchen is darker. Let's go with 150 and way more saturated. Okay, not that saturated. And less yellowish, I would say. Okay, maybe brighter. Something like, nope. I'll let it be so. Okay, then I'll just open my group and pick a splashback. Splashback is grayish. Copy material, kitchen, maybe countertop. Yep. Not glossy. Let go lighter, grayish. Actually, what I can do, I can copy color from the floor because usually your countertop, your splashback, they have to match the floor or the kitchen. In our case, it's the floor. Okay. Good. What do we have next? Close. Next we have chairs. I can pick them here from the top. Copy. Chairs. Apply. Saturated, definitely more saturated. Okay, not that saturated. And darker. Something like this. Okay, main part, our sofa, bluish. Fine, again, copy, sofa, apply. As this is fabric, I don't use any reflections on fabrics. Yep. And we have to choose the color. It's pretty dark. Okay, it's more blue. Pretty close. Maybe a little bit, nope. Can be. Okay. Second fabric will be our pillow. Yep. And it can be lighter. Maybe more grayish. One more thing, we shouldn't forget the table. Our table. Yep. Roughness full. This is very like general approximate numbers. It's no rules, really, nothing specific. You just apply and check if you like it or not on your interactive render. And I think I forgot about the countertop. Let me pan zoom. Yep, I did forgot about the countertop. So let's find our countertop. Yes, that's it. Okay. Oh, and what we also have, we have curtains. Curtains. Roller, blinds, curtains. So let's copy. It's also fabric, so I will not use reflection, but what will I use? I will use thin shell, and I will use translucency. Maybe 3, maybe 4. Basically, what translucency does, again, let me do the zoom out for you. Check. This is our curtains without translucency. So it doesn't let your environment, your light to go through. And this is with translucency. The bigger number you put here, more transparent, not transparent, more translucent fabric you'll have, but don't go too much. I'll stick to 3, and I will also copy the color, maybe make it lighter. Yeah, something like this. Okay. And if I remember, we have exterior frames with what? With some stone. Bricks, probably. Yep, it's bricks. Copy. Exterior, let it be brick. Apply. Important thing about exterior materials or materials for exterior stuff. We need to make them pretty dark, so we don't have these highlight. I don't like that highlight. I need it way, way darker. So what I do, first, I'll reduce reflect and make my diffuse color way, way darker. Yeah, that's it. Maybe 50. Let's have a look. Okay, perhaps make it lighter a little bit. Yeah, something like this. And I want to adjust my kitchen. I don't like this. Something, yep. This is it. Basically, this is the general feeling stage. You have light, you have camera, and you have basic colors. What we will do next, what I do recommend you, I will save my scene. Yep. And another thing about savings, 3ds Max, if you don't know yet, you will know that this software really loves to crash in the most important times and time frames. So what I do recommend you, customize preference. I recommend you using increment on save. What is this? If you press Ctrl S, it will make a new copy of your file. So in case something happened to you, your 3ds Max crashed, or I don't know, your cat spilled water on your laptop, anything can happen, and your file doesn't work anymore, you always have your previous scene available. So that's a very handy thing. I do really recommend you using that. Okay, great. I'll delete this so far. And we will move on to textures. And again, same workflow I have. We start from the biggest materials that have the biggest place in our render. So first is floor. For floor, what I have, this is all of the textures I'm going to be using today. Not a lot, as you see. What is important? I start any material from reflect. Yes, not from diffuse, not from bump, from reflect, because reflections, they are very important. But to see the reflection, I will add render element. Let me show you how to do that. So you press F10, render elements, I already have them, but let me delete them. Add reflect layer. That's how I will check reflections today with you. And maybe you try same workflow and you will like it. We'll see. Okay, perfect. So for floor, I have such a pretty patchy texture. Let me put the size like 250 perhaps. And use this as roughness. Then start interactive. I already see reflections, basically. But to see them clearly, what I do, I change my beauty to reflect layer. And here you see how your map works, like 100%. You cannot unsee that. What I see that it's too patchy. I don't know it that patchy. So what I will do, I will just simply reduce the power, the strength of my map. 30, still too patchy, I would say. 20 perhaps. Let's check the overall image. It might be, maybe it's a little bit weird for you, but trust me, this works. Yes, I see unevenness. I see my spots and stains. Perfect. Good. Okay. Next, after reflection, I move to diffuse. For diffuse, what we have? Do we have something? Yeah, we have this texture for diffuse. Is it? Yep. Same, drag and drop. I'll start with same size. Okay. And base color. Beauty. What we have? We have. Okay. What do we see here? I see that it's too patchy. I don't want it to be that patchy. I can try again this scenario. Actually works pretty good. Basically, what I don't like when your diffuse, like your texture of any material, especially diffuse one, is very contrast and too patchy. Not in this case. Not today. Okay. Actually, it's pretty good. Yep, I would leave it. Okay, diffuse. Done. Last thing, what we have? Bump. Guys, actually, about bump. Again, maybe that will sound a little bit weird for you, but I rarely use bump. Like, I do really use bump on fabrics, but I rarely use bump on walls, on ceilings, on the wood, even on the wood. I'll show you how it works with the wood. Main thing for me is reflection. If you have your reflection working good, that's all. You don't need bump. But today, I have normals. If you use bump, use normals. Way better than just standard bump. I have normals map, so I will drop it to my material. With same size. Let's see. Let's check how will it work. And as it's a normal map, I will need maps, Corona, Corona normal, normal. That's it. What is important here? Add gamma to input, so your normal map will work properly. And then I just put it to base bump. I won't see much difference I think I will not. Yeah. Like we will see it only in high resolution, but okay. That okay for now. And do I have additional bump? Yeah, I do have additional. So I will also use just black and white additional one. Additional bump, but I will reduce the power of it maybe twice, less twice. And also what I usually do, even before any test renders, I reduce bump, like quite a lot. As I already said, I rarely use it, but if I use it, I make it very, very weak, like very subtle. We don't need way, way, way bumpy flow in here. Okay. Maybe I will increase a little bit of my reflection. Okay, good. Floor, done. Let's move to a very easy material. Obviously here we have ceiling and walls. That will be super fast because we have nothing. Like we don't see nothing, we don't see any texture. Okay, maybe in 5K we will see some reflections. So let's work on reflections. What will I have here? Cushion, furniture. I can actually try using the same. Okay, let's use same one. What I will do, I will use this here. And again, switch to reflect layer. And I see that it's way too patchy. I don't need that patchiness. Subtle. I need subtle reflections on my ceiling. Very subtle. Let's check. Okay, let's zoom. So it will make it faster. Well, okay. I have what I need. What I'm trying to achieve. Let me explain. This is a plain, you will say, Ira, come on, this is a plain ceiling. What you want to see there? You don't have any super even surface in life. Like even your walls, they're not super even. They're not like super straight. Like doesn't exist an angle of 90 degrees. If it exists, it's a very rare thing. So by applying any dirt, patchy, spotty texture on your even plain painted wall will give you a subtle reflection and will give you that feeling that your render is real. Like, because everything in our life, everything, literally everything, okay, except fabrics, but every other thing reflects. So reflection is way very important. Trust me. Yeah, done. Okay, good. Let's move on to our mudroom doors. Same thing. Texture. Okay. Let it be this one. Size. If I don't know what like exact dimension of my texture, I will start just from 1000. Always. I start from this and then again I switch and I check how does it work. If I have this unevenness, that's great, that's perfect. But now it's too much. Again, it's too much. Way less. 30. Let's try 30. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Okay. As you see, I work on reflect because obviously it's white paint. We barely see anything on white. But I want to check my map, so I switch to reflect. Okay. Good. Fine. Move on. Next thing, and a pretty big thing we have is wood. Wood on your kitchen. Okay, so we have to understand if that kitchen is wood, like natural wood, I mean, or it's any veneer or I don't know, MDF, etc. There are like hella lots of varieties nowadays of materials. So first thing, what I would do, I would Google any reference. I would Google what is material made for, how does it look in different lighting scenarios, in different angles, etc. And then I will work on it. So guys, trust me, again, references, the discovery stage, the very first, is very important. Okay, kitchen. We will have this texture. Where's kitchen? Okay, this is it. This is it. And again, I start not from diffuse. I start with reflect. As for size, Let's start from the standard one. Let it be 600s and 1200s. Okay, let's start with this. Reflect. Yeah. And now I'll show you exactly what I mean when I said that I don't use bump. Take a look at this. You can achieve a feeling of bumpy, rough texture without using displacement or bump with proper maps on your reflection. Reflection creates everything. Reflections are important. And as you see, even if you show me this image and you will ask me like, what do you think kitchen is made out from? What is material for kitchen? I'll definitely tell you, well, it's obviously a wood because of reflections. Great. I like everything actually. Maybe it's too contrast. Okay, maybe. I'll just reduce it a little bit. Okay, fine. Works great for me. Next. I'll just copy it and I will use diffuse one. Why I copied? Just not to put not to spend extra energy on my numbers, to save the dimensions. Okay. I see texture, I see perfectly, but what I don't like, it's too aggressive. Like on our render, we have it subtle, but it's too aggressive. So what I will do, you already know. I go to my maps and I reduce the power of my map, of my texture. Maybe even more. Okay, maybe too much. Okay, good. What I don't like now, I don't like that it's very obviously cloned. But again, it depends on your design. If your clients, if designer, I don't know what anyone who you work with, if they want your doors to be like to have the same texture, you can leave it. But what would I do? I would pick probably, let's do this. I would pick some doors and use UVWX form for what? To have a little bit of an offset. Why I need it? So we don't have a copy paste texture. Yeah, I want to shift it a little bit. Something like this. So our doors will not look like a zebra or something. Yeah. Same thing I can do here. Again, that depends on your design. Like it's not like here, for example, on the fridge, I would leave everything as is. But this pattern and kind of tileish, I don't really like. So I use X form. Okay. Okay. Good. That's it. Let's check. Let's check what we have. Okay. Okay, let me zoom. Maybe even more subtle, I would say. let's go 40. Nah, 45. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's check it here. Good. Pattern I have, everything I have. Reflect I have. What is that? Let me check. It's a different, Okay, so you see this part is wrong in mapping. So let's change that. Yeah. I'll pick this part and I will use UW box. Let's see. Different alignment. Yes, now it's ready. Almost. Move it a little bit. Yep. And in the end, I did poly. Like I try not to keep all of this text because the bigger your stack, the slower your 3ds Max. And nobody wants 3ds Max to be slow. Well, we don't want. Okay. Let's check again. Maybe I would also, you know what, make it less saturated. Less saturated. Yeah. And perhaps also here, like I want to make my diffuse texture less saturated. So I will use change general color correction. What it will give me this option. Yes. Natural light wood. Yeah, something like this. Good. Perfect. I like. What do we have next? Next we have our countertop. Okay. Let's use copy countertop. For countertop, what I have for countertop? I have a slab, a full slab. Okay, good. I don't think I'll have much of reflection from it, but okay, let me try. Let's go with countertop. Switch to reflect again. Let me use it here as well. Tiling. What the size of my countertop? Okay, usually it's 320, 160. Usually. I see? Yep, I see it. Good. Or you know what? Let's leave that for diffuse. And we will use something more contrast. But again, I want it to be made. 55 roughness, okay. Half of that. Subtle reflections, not glossy at all. And diffuse. Yes. Is it? Is it yellowish? Let's check. I would make it lighter and less yellow, I would say. So again, let's use our color correction. A little bit of desaturation. Okay, a little bit. And perhaps I switch to advanced mode and we'll make it a little lighter. Okay, maybe too much. Go back. Yes. Okay. Good. Next. What do we have next? Next, we have chairs. Our chairs. Okay, let me stop render and go into isolation for chair. Same thing. Chair, reflect. And it was ready-made model, so I will probably switch to tiling. Roughness. Show shaded material. Ew. Okay, we need to change direction. We can do it in two ways. First way, you can rotate it here in W. Yep. Or another way, if you don't want to do anything with your map, you can use one of my favorites. X-form again. You have rotation here, 90 degrees. So, I don't know, use anything you like. I'll go with texture probably today. So let me rotate the texture. And perhaps I'll make it smaller. I don't like it that big. No, not that small. Maybe 1.5. 1/3. Yeah. Okay. Something like this. Good. I see everything. Good. Okay. Back to camera. Back to render. And here I definitely need to zoom. And reflect. And let me see the other one. And the one, I don't have another one. Okay. Do I see reflection here? Yes, I see. I see. And here. Yeah. These are wood. Perfect. Okay, but maybe too made. Let's reduce a little bit. Maybe 70. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. Now I agree with this. Back to diffuse. Copy. That's why I copy. That's why I never put the new one. I just copy the old one because we already have the size, the tiling, the angle. So it's just a little bit of saving for me. Okay, diffuse. Diffuse, and I think I will want to control saturation and lightness. So again, maps, general color correction. Yellow. I don't need that yellow. Okay, less saturation, and I will switch. I'll shift hue a little bit. So about the hue. Okay, guys, if you go, let me saturate a lot. If you go right way, like 5, 10, you go to more yellowish colors. If you go minus, left one, you go to reddish. Now I want to avoid yellow, so I'll go to red side a little bit, but not that strong probably. Let's go with 3. Yeah, okay. And maybe 15. And perhaps I will make them a little bit darker. Let's try. Let's try making darker. But if you make any texture or material darker, you need to desaturate it a little bit more. So I'll decrease my saturation. Yeah, now it looks like a natural one. Good. 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 Yes, I like. Perfect. Okay, let me save once again, just in case. And let me remind you, if your 3ds Max is having autobacks are also important. Don't rely much on them, but they are important. Sometimes they can save your project, your life, maybe. What I was saying? Autobacks. If you see that autoback is in progress, never press Ctrl S or something. Like wait till 3ds Max is back to normal, back to life, and then you can do whatever with him. But my advice, if you at the beginning of 3D, I recommend you saving every 10-ish minutes, probably, because trust me, you can make a lot of new stuff and new materials and changes in 10 minutes. So trust me, savings are very important in our life. Okay, what we have left? We have a curtain. We have to work. We have to finish our blind, the curtain. Okay, this is it. Let's zoom in so we see what happens. Start interactive. Okay, here it is. So, as I already said, for the curtains, for the fabrics that has to pass through the light, we use thin shell. But my fabric has some texture. It has some texture that I see if I look at it and the window is behind me. That's what translucency is. Like, again, I'm not starting from diffuse, guys. I'm starting with reflect or translucency. So, what do we have? What do we have for curtains? For curtains, we have such a map. This is it. Yeah. It's pretty contrast, so I want to see this texture and have a feeling of this fabric. Let's use it. Let's probably start with styling. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Let's check. Yeah, it's good, tiling. But where should I add this texture? You have translucency fraction and translucency color. Color we already used. I have color here. So I want to put this texture in fraction. What will it give me? You already see. It gives you this feeling of a fabric without even diffuse, guys, without bump. I already know, I already see, and I understand that this is fabric. Semi-transparent, okay, not transparent actually, but the light goes through this fabric. This thing is important. This thing is important especially in curtains, in tulle, and in plants, in greenery. That's, I think, as for now, as I can remember, top 3 areas where you can use this. So yeah. What will I use? Also, I can copy this into the bump. I can. Like I will do now. But will you see the difference? No, you will not see the difference because curtains is too far. So honestly, like it's up to you. If you like it, you can leave it. I can render without it for now. Like that's absolutely fine. I have diffusing color. I have translucency in like a map in fraction. So everything works in there. That's good. That I like. Okay. Next, let's if we are there, okay, let's then finish with our exterior stones, or what was there? Stones or something. Let's wait, let me find it. La, da, 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 da. Here it is. Okay, let me pick up material. Bricks, yes, bricks. Okay, good. Render. Here, about exterior, like materials that are applied on something that outside of the window. You have to understand, you have to remember this thing. Everything that's outside, being under the light a lot, so we rarely use reflections there. Here, I would probably start with, you will be surprised probably, but bump. Because as I remember, we have a pretty bumpy, let me check. Yeah, it's like pretty bumpy brick. So bump or displace. We will see what will work better, actually. Mm. If I have normal map, I think that will be more than enough because it's not a close-up, right? Let's check. Yeah, I have exterior wall, diffuse, normal, and bump. Okay, let's start with normal. Let's start with normal. And I think, yeah, let's go with styling. Maps, Corona, Corona normal, normal. Okay. Here, what we have at gamma, base bump. Do we see anything? Let's give it a closer look. Closer look. We see. Okay. Let me show this shaded material and you put. Okay, good. Pretty good, I would say. Okay, you know what? Let me hide glass. Why I look at that? Oh, here it is. Great. Okay. So, what we have? We have our bricks. In case, if you see that your material is bumpy in a wrong way, in a wrong direction, first thing you can do, you can swap red and green, or you can flip green. In my case, I think, yes, I think that's, yeah. Let me take even closer render for you guys so you see the difference. So here it is without flipping. I would say that it goes in the wrong direction. Like this seems too fat. And if I flip green, this seems good and right. Okay. What I have? I also have a copy. Do I have? Yeah, I have a normal bump. Okay. I will use it as well. Usually, how does the normal works? Normal map, this purple vivid one, it gives you the main, the general, the strong bump. All of the additional maps, they work as details. This map is important when you have like a close-up. In my case, in my scenario, that will not make a big changes to material. But if you have exterior render, you can use it. Or you see a lot of this brick wall, or the brick wall is inside of your interior, that will make a big difference. Like, remember, once again, the purple one is a main strong bump, general one, and additional map is for little details. Okay, good. What I also have, I want to have some diffuse, don't I? Yes, I want. Let me copy and put my diffuse map. Also, I know that I would definitely need to control lightness of it, so I will apply my color correction right away and apply it to base color. Yeah. So you see what we have now. Now we have a perfect example as how diffuse color, how diffuse tone impact on your material. So just check this. Here I have very dark color. And this, you can say it's also pretty dark gray, but it's not dark enough for exterior. So I switch to advanced and I make it super, oh no, ew. No. This, nope. Let me go back a little bit. Okay. But now it looks so dirty. That's not a problem. We will mix it with our color. So we still have some unevenness. We still have some texture on diffuse, but not that too dirty as the original one. Okay, maybe even less. 15, I would say. Okay. 15, and let's bring back our glass. Okay, good. Fine. Well, we're almost ready. A couple of things left. Let's work on the main thing. Very important one, the sofa. What we have on the sofa, we have this waffle texture with some extra wrinkles on it. Okay, not a problem. Let me just delete this. Clean. I prefer clean space. That's also my thing. Never mind. Sofa. I will start. From what I'll start? I will start, if it's a fabric, let me start from diffuse, probably. Not diffuse, the bump. Or displace. Bump. Let's start with bump right now. Okay, I have normals. Yes, good. Normal maps. Tiling. Again. Maps. Corona. Normal. Normal. Yes. Gamma. Yes. A base bump. Yes. And let's wait. Let's zoom. Let's show. Small. Too small. Okay. Let's increase. We will exaggerate right now. A lot. We also have an additional one. For additional one, yes, I will use also waffle one, but black and white one. Okay, maybe we should make it a little bit bigger, actually. Let's, Okay, it wasn't tiling. Okay, now we know. Good. It works. It works, but we have only waffle. Maybe even if it works too much, actually. Let's make it a bit. Oh, subtle. Yeah. A little bit. Not nice. 65. Okay, main bump we have. But this is a fabric, and a fabric has this differ in colors. Like if we take a look at the front fabric, we see that 90, okay, close to 90 degrees angle areas will have to be way brighter. We don't have it that good yet. How can we achieve that? Two ways. You can use fall-off map or you can use sheen. This fabric not that difficult, actually. It's a pretty simple cotton one. So let's try to use only sheen layer. Let's take amount 1. You already see the difference. Basically, what is sheen? Sheen is same as fall-off, but with less adjustments, I would say like that. If I need very simple like fabrics like cotton or linen, I use sheen. If I need something like tulle, like I don't know, silk or sateen or I don't know, velvet, something like that, I would use fall-off. But again, that depends on you. What will I change here? First, I copy my diffuse color and I make it a little bit lighter and less saturated. Like this. Yeah, maybe. No, that's too much. Oh, no. What is roughness in sheen? I will show you right away. The smaller the number, let's go with the bigger the number, the more areas it covers. Not that sharp. Usually, I start in the middle, like something in between 4 or 5 perhaps. Maybe 45. Let's do 45. Okay, good. We have this sheen layer, we have the bump. What we don't have yet, we don't have these wrinkles. And these wrinkles I will achieve with displace. I have additional displace texture. Come on. I'll go with, again, as I told you, I don't know the size. I don't want to think a lot about the size. So let's turn off the bump because I want to see. It's too big. It's too big. Let's go half less and even less probably. Okay, good. I see it. Now I want them stronger. 5. Okay, 50. Too much. Again, don't be afraid to put extra big numbers. Like you see, if you put 1 to 5, you don't see much difference. If you put 50, you will definitely see the difference. Now I see it's too much. So let's go with half of that. Okay, even half and maybe less. Okay. Now we'll turn back our bump. Yep, I have bump, I have wrinkles, so my displace also works. Perfect. I think we're done with the sofa. Are we? Okay, let's wait a little bit. Yep. Okay, let's move on to our decorative pillow. It's supposed to be some like a velvet. No? Fluff. Some fluff. Okay. Let's go with the fluff. For this, I have one of my favorite forever normal maps. It looks like this. And soon you will see why I like it so much. I'll start with the bump again. Okay, let's start with the sheen. Fine. No. Okay. I'll copy this color, sheen 1, paste, way lighter. And here I would probably go with less. Like I want it more sharp, shadow and light difference. Again, let me show you the difference. This is 85 and this is 3. I would stick with 3 to be honest, maybe a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so 1 is done. Another bump, our bump, king bump, corona, normal, nope, normal. Okay, gamma, base bump. And I didn't put the size. Is it tile? Yeah, it's tile. Oh, but it's too small. Let's just increase them. Okay. Okay. And make it less powerful. What you can also do, if you want to see some details, what you can do, you can turn off your denoiser. F10 performance, denoising during rendering, you can turn it off. That's in case if you want to see details. But of course, you will have noise. That's automatically. That works together. What I want to have that small flush for filling texture. What will I use for that? Let me turn off my bump. I will use basic cellular. We have a cellular map, general, cellular. Basically, it's like a small dots. I use them in displays. But again, I want to see material. You have to adjust the size of it. Smaller. Yes. And now we have this fluffiness, plush, whatever you want to call it. Maybe just not that strong. Good. If you want to see some unevenness, you can try copy cellular into base color. But to be honest, for now, I'm more than happy with the result. So I would just leave it as is. Okay, what we have left? We have only lamp, yeah, as I remember. Because we didn't apply anything on lamp. Lamp. Let me check. Yeah, probably we don't have anything here. Yep, nothing. Okay. Lamp. Lamp. Main. Let it be actually maybe a little bit lighter. Like a white one. White one, is it? Yeah, it's a white one. And it's dark. Okay. Lamp 1. Then I'll copy lamp 2. Is it a group? No, it's one object. So I will use this as a gloss. Is it glossy? Yes, it's glossy. So this part will be white matte. This part will be glossy, like 1. And lamp 3, we will have for the rope and black details. It will be dark. Darker. Okay. Yes, yes. Let's test it. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. Maybe more warm. And here, perhaps if I want to see more reflections, but it's pretty good already. But if you want to increase reflections, what I can increase my IR. Nah, I'll leave it as is. And black, I wouldn't do that black. Let's go with 80. Because I try not to go pitch black in renders, and I try not to use absolutely desaturated black. That's also make a little bit of a difference for overall image. Okay. Well, what is it? Let me turn on my denoiser again. Performance, NVIDIA. Okay. And save once again, just in case. Just in case. When you did like a good amount of job, you better save. Also, I would recommend you making an archives just on different stages, but not now. Later, some other time. Well, basically, let me greet you. I think we're done. What I would adjust is maybe colors a little bit, but in post-production in Photoshop with masks and stuff. So, well, I hope you enjoyed the workshop. I hope you learned something new and interesting for you, which you didn't know before. If you're excited to dive deeper into 3ds Max, I'll be waiting for you at our beginner course, which starts on March 10. Let me quickly explain you what you will have here, and I'll show you what we will do, how the course will last, how long will it last, all of the awesome stuff. So here are the new images, the fresh ones, just made ones for you that we will create on the course. It starts on, again, March 10, and it will finish in April. You will have lessons with library, with recorded lessons. You will have online classes, 3 per week. You will have feedbacks on your home tasks, support chat with the awesome team, which will help you in any time of the day, any day, weekend, Monday, whatever. Daily comments. In the end, if you pass everything, you'll have a diploma. Pretty good time to schedule worldwide, like Los Angeles 10 a.m., New York 1, Paris 6 p.m., Kiev 7 p.m., Dubai 9, and New Delhi 10:30. And also, you will have a 1-year access. You will not do only one image, you will have a couple of images. You will see all of the aspects, like all of the workflows. This is how your personal cabinet will look like, with everything possible that can across your mind that you will need one day. We start with basics. We start with interface, how to set up everything, how to set up dimensions, how to change from centimeters to inch if you need, etc. We have modelings, basic tools, lighting, materials, post-production, Photoshop, a little bit of AI as well, because nowadays we live in an AI, of course. We go through all of the stages. I'll create plenty of images for your portfolio. Will help you. Well, that's me. That's our perfect team. Well, and for those who attended the workshop, you will have a special prize for the course. So please, guys, feel free. If you have any ideas for the next workshops, if you have any offers, you can also leave comments under the video. I'll be only glad to read them. And actually, if you have any questions, I'll be super, super happy to answer them. Do you have any questions? Oh, let me check. Hello, hello. Yes. Yes. Will the live be available after? Yes, this live are recorded. You will find it on our render.camp YouTube channels. So you will see that. No worries. Mm-hmm. Okay. Where can I get same map so I can follow the lesson as is? Okay, let's scene is available if you follow the link, and I will also okay, let's do this. I'll create a new archive for you with all of the textures so you can recreate all this following this step by step. Well, not so many questions. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed everything and have a nice day. Have a good Valentine tomorrow. And be ready for the next workshop. So, have a good day. Bye bye, everyone.